The Monument to the Heroes, or El Obelisco, is at one end of Avenida La Reforma. I'm going to walk down to the other end. I've been told it's a beautiful walk. I can already see it's just a gorgeous part of the city.
Today, I finally took the opportunity to stretch my legs and explore this area on foot. Everyone has been telling me how stunning this part of the city is, and now I finally have the chance to experience it for myself. As I wandered through the streets, taking in the surroundings, a particular scene triggered an unexpected sense of déjà vu. If you've ever strolled down the Champs-Élysées in Paris, where the grandeur of the avenue leads to the magnificent Arc de Triomphe, you might understand the feeling. Here, in this unique part of Guatemala City, I was struck by a similar impression, a blend of elegance, history, and a sense of arrival at something monumental. The atmosphere carried that same grandeur, that same sense of significance, as if this place, too, was a centerpiece of the city's identity. Construction of Avenida Reforma began in 1892 as part of an ambitious urban renewal project aimed at modernizing Guatemala City. Designed to evoke the grandeur of Paris's Champs-Élysées, the original vision of Avenida Reforma was one of cultural sophistication, inspired by the French capital's celebrated avenues lined with theaters, cafes, and luxury shops, all culminating in a breathtaking centerpiece, a lavish French-style palace that housed the National Museum of Natural Sciences. This palace, an architectural marvel of its time, embodied European opulence with intricate detailing, grand facades, and an air of aristocratic splendor. However, its sheer extravagance came at a great cost, plunging Guatemala into an economic crisis. Despite its magnificence, nature had the final say. After all, we are on the Ring of Fire. The devastating earthquakes of 1917 and 1918 reduced much of the avenue's grandeur to rubble, including the iconic palace. Though restoration efforts have since taken place, only a handful of the original buildings remain, serving as echoes of the boulevard's former glory. Today, Avenida Reforma has transformed into a thriving business and commercial district. Yet, it retains an air of tranquility that sets it apart from the rest of the city. Separating zones 13 and 14, the wide boulevard stretches approximately 200 feet from sidewalk to sidewalk, creating an expansive, modern thoroughfare. Strolling along its broad sidewalks, shaded by rows of towering trees, one can momentarily forget the urban rush until the need to cross a street brings reality back into focus. Avenida Reforma is more than just a picturesque boulevard lined with lush greenery and elegant architecture. It is also a living museum of Guatemala's history. Along its length, statues and monuments stand as silent storytellers, honoring figures who shaped the nation's past and left a lasting impact on its culture, politics, and identity. One of the most celebrated figures honored here is Miguel Ángel Asturias, a Nobel Prize-winning novelist whose works passionately defended Mayan culture and traditions on the world stage. His writing gave voice to indigenous heritage and struggles, securing his place as one of Guatemala's literary giants. Another prominent monument commemorates Antonio José de Irasiri, a multifaceted figure who played a crucial role in both journalism and politics. A Guatemalan by birth, he made his mark in Chile, serving as its head of state in 1814 and earning recognition as one of the founding fathers of Chilean journalism. His legacy extends beyond borders, reflecting the interconnected histories of Latin American nations. José Joaquín Palma, the man behind the lyrics of Guatemala's national anthem, is honored here for his poetic contribution to the nation's patriotic spirit, while Rafael Alvarez, who composed the anthem's stirring music, stands alongside him in memory. Further down the avenue, the statue of Lorenzo Montúfar y Rivera captures a different kind of tribute. A staunch liberal, politician, and professor of law, he was known for his impassioned rhetoric and progressive ideals. However, the artist who sculpted his monument chose to depict him not in the height of his fiery political career, but slumped over, weighed down by age and experience. A striking contrast to the traditional glorification of leaders in their prime. One of the grandest statues along the avenue is dedicated to Simón Bolívar, the great liberator who led multiple Central and South American nations to independence. Seated atop his horse, Bolívar's image is accompanied by an inscription celebrating the ideals of freedom and unity that he fought for across the continent. Finally, the site where La Reforma Palace once stood is today occupied by Plaza Obelisco, standing as a symbol of the country's independence and the city's evolution. It's a place where history and progress meet, where the echoes of the past are preserved amidst the pulse of contemporary life.
I am excited to have finally made it to the monument to the heroes of independence. It was constructed in 1935, and it's a symbol of Guatemala's independence from Spain. Guatemala gained its independence from Spain in 1821, but it took more than 20 years after that for Guatemala to finally become an independent republic. So while it's true the Spanish were no longer directly running the country, their descendants were. There was still a dividing line between the haves and the have-nots. The Mayan people were still second-class citizens in their own country. At some point, I transitioned from Avenida La Reforma to Avenida Las Americas, but it's still gorgeous. The same amount of gorgeous. Buenos dias.
Two iconic thoroughfares branch out from El Obelisco. Avenida Reforma stretches to the north, while Avenida Las Americas extends to the south, dividing zones 13 and 14. Avenida Las Americas is more than just a roadway. It's a vibrant, tree-lined boulevard that weaves through several neighborhoods, offering both functionality and scenic beauty. Its wide green medians are adorned with sculptures, monuments, and parks, creating an inviting space that reflects the essence of Latin American culture. Much like Avenida Reforma, this avenue showcases art and monuments that honor revolutionaries, freedom fighters, and the shared heritage of the region. Among the notable monuments is the statue of José Martí, a Cuban poet whose nationalist verses became a symbol of Cuba's struggle for independence from Spain. Another prominent figure honored here is José Cecilio Díaz del Valle, a key politician and journalist who played a critical role during Central America's transition from colonial rule to independence. One of the more controversial monuments is the plaza dedicated to Christopher Columbus, the explorer whose legacy continues to spark debate. Nearby, a monument to Benito Juárez, the first indigenous president of Mexico and the first democratically elected indigenous leader in post-colonial America, stands as a testament to leadership and resilience. However, what sets Avenida Las Americas apart from Avenida Reforma is its series of plazas dedicated to different countries. Each plaza is unique, reflecting the culture and identity of the country it represents. Countries such as Nicaragua, Dominica, Peru, Canada, Uruguay, and Colombia are celebrated here among many more, with each plaza distinguished by its design, colors, and the materials used in its construction. Together, they form a tapestry of architectural and artistic diversity, celebrating the shared histories and cultural ties of the Americas. One of the most remarkable plazas is Argentina's, a country I had the pleasure of visiting last year. This plaza is surrounded by a tranquil body of water, with a statue of General José de San Martín, the liberator of Argentina, Chile, and Peru, standing proudly at its center. Its serene beauty and historical significance make it a personal favorite. Avenida Reforma and Avenida Las Americas are more than just roadways. They are vital parts of Guatemala City's cultural landscape. They serve as emblems of the country's connection to the rest of Latin America, vibrant corridors of history and culture, and peaceful places to explore or unwind.
All right, I knew Avenida La Reforma or Avenida Las Americas, whichever one I'm on, because at this point I'm kind of confused. I knew it had to end sometime, somewhere, and I found it. Terminus está aquí. This is Berlin Plaza. This place is a must visit just on account of the views. But there are three pieces of the Berlin Wall over here. They've been here since 1995. I was not expecting to come to Guatemala and see pieces of the Berlin Wall. I've been to Berlin. I've seen the largest piece of the Berlin Wall that's still standing. But the Guatemalans have done something different with the pieces that they have. They've turned them into art. This just proves you can take something ugly and turn it into something beautiful. That was a long walk, an enjoyable walk, but a long walk. I wasn't expecting to see so much attractiveness here. Just everything that you read online about Guatemala City. Nobody mentions things like this. But I am going to be kind to myself and catch a ride next.
As my walk through this part of Guatemala City comes to an end, I can't help but reflect on the layers of history, culture, and symbolism embedded in these avenues. From the echoes of Parisian grandeur along Avenida Reforma to the spirit of unity and diversity along Avenida Las Americas. These streets tell the story of a city that has evolved through time, shaped by ambition, resilience, and a deep connection to the past. Looking at these fragments of the Berlin Wall, I'm reminded of how history has a way of transcending borders. A symbol of division can transform into a reminder of unity, and an undesirable landmark can become a powerful piece of art that redefines its meaning, turning history's scars into a canvas for reflection, resilience, and creativity. Guatemala City is full of these stories. Monuments that honor visionaries, avenues that bridge past and present, and plazas that celebrate both national pride and international ties. Walking these streets, you don't just witness history, you step into it. Stay curious, be inspired, find freedom, wander elsewhere. I'll see you in the next one. Which monument stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you, so share your thoughts or respond to the prompt in the comments.